For our son's first birthday, we decided to take a family staycation, just the three of us and the dog, to Dorset. It's somewhere I've always wanted to go and supposedly one of England's most beautiful destinations, with lots of things to see and do, and the weather was perfect for it. Things didn't start out on the right foot. I had somehow mixed up our dates and we had been travelling down a day before our reservation. So without a plan or anywhere to stay, we decided to stop and stay at the New Forest for a night. I found a beautiful boutique hotel called The Mill, which was an old flour mill up until the end of World War I. It had been converted into a beautiful pub with rooms and had such a cosy charm about it. There was gardens all around it, it sat next to a river, it just seemed very magical. The hotel was near Lymington, so we decided to head there for dinner. It was a Monday, so most things were closed. We spotted the Elderflower, which is supposedly a very beautiful restaurant which we'd love to come back to and try one day. But for now, we settled for the Ship Inn, which sat overlooking the water, and it was a lovely meal. After an incredible breakfast the next day, we headed to our original destination of Dorset. Our route took us through the infamous sandbanks, and unexpectedly it took us on a car ferry across a very small channel. The drive got even more picturesque, especially as we approached Corfe Castle. Unfortunately, we weren't able to stop this time, but we really recommend you stopping if you visit Dorset, as it's one of the main attractions here. After a bit of trouble finding it due to no signal, we finally checked into our Airbnb, which was the cutest little barn in the middle of nowhere. It was just us and the cows and the sheep that roamed the fields around us. It was perfect. Here's a quick room tour if you're interested, otherwise skip to the next chapter. It was the best thing the next morning, waking up on Rory's birthday with animals surrounding our barn. Rory absolutely loved it. We then headed to Dorset and arguably England's most famous beach, Durdle Door. It's actually supposedly one of the most famous stone arches anywhere in the world. It was created when the sea pierced through the Portland limestone around 10,000 years ago. I didn't take much footage of the day because I just wanted to enjoy our son's first birthday, but he absolutely loved being on the beach. Lulworth Cove is another beauty spot that is well worth visiting. It's a 10-minute drive from Durdle Door, or you can also hike it, which I think takes about 30 minutes. We got there in the late afternoon, which was just beautiful, that it was so peaceful and serene. It was postcard perfect. There's a small village, there's a couple of pubs, a couple of shops, so it's just a very quiet, laid-back beach type of vibe. I imagine it will be very, very busy if we were there earlier. One of our absolute highlights of the trip was our lunch at Upwey Wishing Well Tea Rooms, which I had just stumbled across on Google Maps, but it turned out to be a complete hidden gem which we would wholly recommend to anyone. My video footage definitely doesn't do it justice, but the dining area outside is in the beautiful subtropical water gardens, so you're just surrounded by nature. The menu was extensive, there was something for everyone, and you can have a walk around the gardens afterwards or see the wishing well. It's a really lovely tea room to visit. Good boy. If you like being outside in nature, you might also like to visit the Abbotsbury Subtropical Gardens. They are a Grade 1 listed garden which originates in 1765 and have thousands of different tropical plants from all over the world. And it's just a lovely way to spend a day, especially if the weather's good. Just walking around, taking it all in, being at one with nature. Food is usually a big part of our trips, and we usually always book or try to look for the best restaurants to visit wherever we are. However, this time was much more laid back. Of course, we had Rory and the dog, so we mostly ate in pubs or grabbed something from a local supermarket for dinner. This is Dorset, which we popped into, and it looks beautiful, so we would have loved to had an explore around here as well. So maybe that's one for you to add on to your list as well. But we didn't have much time in Dorset and we would love to go back, so let us know if you have any more recommendations in the area.